I'm a 32-year-old man who recently discovered my 30-year-old wife was cheating on me with her ex. This isn't just a tale of betrayal, it's a twisted story that ends with me taking a drastic step that left her shocked and without custody of our kids. It all began when I noticed her becoming increasingly secretive with her phone. One night, while she was in the shower, I couldn't resist and checked her messages. What I found was a series of explicit exchanges with her ex, detailing their ongoing affair. The shock was immense, but instead of confronting her immediately, I decided to gather more information. I needed to be sure this wasn't a one-time slip-up, but a continuous betrayal. It was clear. She was emotionally and physically invested in someone else while pretending to be my devoted partner. When I confronted her, she didn't deny it. She admitted to everything, saying she felt rekindled emotions with him. Her nonchalance was infuriating, and it was clear she had no remorse. Our two children, ages 6 and 8, were asleep in the next room, blissfully unaware of the storm brewing in their parents' lives. I felt betrayed, but I knew I had to stay calm and collected. My mind was already racing with ideas on how to handle this situation, not just for myself, but for the future of our children. After the initial shock wore off, I found myself filled with a determination to not let this betrayal go unpunished. My thoughts quickly turned to our kids. I realized she couldn't provide the stable home they deserved if she was preoccupied with her affair. I decided then and there to fight for full custody. The more I thought about it, the clearer it became that I had to take action not only for myself, but for the well-being of our children. The idea of using her actions against her in a custody battle started to take shape. Over the next few weeks, I meticulously gathered evidence of her infidelity and behavior. I documented everything: her frequent absences from home, the messages exchanged with her ex, and instances where she neglected our kids to meet him. I installed a security camera in the house to capture how often she left the kids unattended. I knew I had to build an airtight case if I wanted to have any hope of winning custody. I also started talking to neighbors and friends discreetly, gathering any additional information they might have noticed. Every piece of evidence was another step towards ensuring my kids would have a stable environment. I was methodical, driven by a sense of justice and a desire to protect my children from her reckless behavior. With each piece of evidence, my case against her grew stronger and my resolve hardened. Once I had gathered enough evidence, I filed for divorce and sought full custody of our children. She was shocked by my decisiveness and had clearly underestimated my resolve. Her initial reaction was anger, but she soon realized the gravity of the situation. I had a solid case, and she knew it. Her pleas for reconciliation fell on deaf ears as I remained focused on the custody battle. I was determined to show the court that I was the more responsible parent, capable of providing a stable and loving environment for our kids. The courtroom was tense as we presented our cases. I laid out all the evidence I had meticulously gathered, painting a clear picture of her infidelity and neglect. Her defense crumbled under the weight of the proof I had collected. The judge listened intently and seemed visibly affected by the evidence of her neglectful behavior. When it was her turn to speak, her arguments were weak and unconvincing. The courtroom atmosphere shifted, and it became evident that the outcome was swinging in my favor. My hard work and determination were finally paying off. The judge granted me full custody of our children. Her face was a mix of shock and disbelief as the verdict was read. While I took no joy in her downfall, I felt a sense of justice. My kids were safe with me, and that was all that mattered in the end. Reflecting on the entire ordeal, I realized the lengths one might go to protect their loved ones. Betrayal can lead to unexpected outcomes, and while my actions were extreme, they were necessary. I'd love to hear if anyone else has faced similar situations and how they handled it.